Hello, my name's Nigel Cox and I'm Senior Horticultural Lecturer at Bridgewater and Taunton College. And today I'm going to talk to you about pruning apple trees. It's mid-June, so between now and July the fruits are starting to develop. And you can see on this tree we've got quite a nice number already. And in June you also get what's called the June drop, where you get some of the small apples which are never going to mature. They drop off the tree. It's the tree's natural way of making space so the others can develop. Now pruning, some people get very confused about pruning apple trees. It's quite straightforward. In the summer you can do summer pruning, and the summer pruning is really to encourage side shoots, but also to allow most of the energy to go to the apples themselves rather than to growing new growth. In the winter you're pruning for shape and maintenance. Today I'm just going to talk about the summer pruning regime. So generally you carry out the summer pruning between now and mid-July using a nice pair of sharp secateurs, and the general rule is that for the new current growth this year, so you can see this long top growth here, you'd reduce that by about 50%. So I'm going to take it down to an outward facing bud and take that off. Now what we've got then is the remaining stem, and that's going to encourage the production of lateral shoots. It's the lateral shoots we want because those shoots are going to be the ones that eventually will produce your fruit. Now so for the others, so when we have a shoot with apples on, and of course I can't find one just at this minute, but if you've got a shoot with apples on, say for example here, you take the shoot, the new current growth down to 2 buds or 2 leaves above the fruit. Now what that does is it lets the light in and the sunshine, and of course that's going to help to ripen the fruits later on in the year. So that's it, it's quite simple. And the only other thing at this stage just to mention is if you have a really large set of fruits on your tree, then it's probably a good idea maybe to remove 1 or 2 of them, especially if you've got a large group together, because that will enable them to develop fully and get to the big apples that you want to eat. Now the other thing is keep an eye out for any fruit that starts to go rotten. If you've got rotten fruit, it'll very quickly spread to all the other fruits. So remove those and dispose of them as soon as you can. This is an apple called Braeburn. It's a nice late season apple. It's quite a young tree, and when you get to the winter, although I will give you another video on that later on, you want to prune for maintenance and shape. You want to keep a nice open shape to the tree, a goblet shape. An old story was that you should be able to throw a hat through the tree, so it's nice and open, and that lets the light in. So there we are. There's today's midsummer tip. We're all coming out of lockdown, but we still need to stay alert and have a great weekend.